for the cards in the first edition of Trivial Pursuit. Could anything on earth be more natural than to segue from that into tour guiding? Now, many years ago, the New York Times dubbed Lee the Dean of Guides. Since then, he has worn that title as comfortably as any of his brightly colored, busily patterned braces. You know them. And he has remained as attached to that title as he is to his signature guardsman's mustache, which, legend has it, has its own zip code. The title of Dean can now be found on Lee's business cards and his email address. And when training and mentoring new guides, he has amassed a collection of books and articles which he deems essential to an up-and-comer's expertise in the city. This syllabus is known as the Dean's List. Now, I first met Lee in 2005 when I was pursuing my very first job in this industry, long before I knew it would be a career. And the human resources director at the double-decker company where I was trying to get hired sent me to Lee. He made it pretty clear, if you want to get in, you need Lee Gelber's blessing. Well, a week or two later, I'd gotten my feet wet getting some tours, and he calls me and asks me, how's it going? And I let out a frustrated sigh. I said, every time the bus comes back to the starting point, I remember this thing I forgot to say in Greenwich Village, or that story I forgot to tell on the Lower East Side. And they said, Matt, they'll never know what you don't tell them. And this was the very first of many pearls of wisdom he has given me that I have held on to and passed down to other young guys who now come to me for counsel and advice the same way I still come to him. And once they've put a decade of experience behind them, I am sure they will pass down those pearls as well. Wherever you are in local New York City tourism, you eventually think of Lee. His name is always on everyone's lips. His image is in everyone's head. His voice in every impressionist repertoire. Let's have a look at Lee with his clients, his colleagues, and his thoughts.